here's another update. It's mid-May, and hopefully this one goes up a lot faster than my previous one. So, where I'm at. I have finished the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which was really, really good. And I will be hopefully posting those reviews soon. I have the Silmarillion, but I don't think that I want to read it yet. I think I want to take a little bit of a break and read some other stuff. And then, what else? I just finished Dessa Kincaid, that self-pub book that I said I was going to finish a month ago. I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a video review or if I'm going to do a written review. It depends. It's been a while since I've just done a written one for the website, so I might just do that. So what I'm currently reading, let's start with what I'm currently listening to. I started The Ninth House. I read like 10 minutes of it and then I stopped. I wasn't quite feeling it, and I don't think I was really paying attention enough to get into it, so I just put it down. I was like, alright, I'm not into this right now. That doesn't mean I'm not interested in the story still. I still want to listen to it, but I just wasn't in the mood for it at that time. So instead of listening to The Ninth House, I started listening to The Hilarious World of Depression by, who's it by? By John Moe. And it's him talking about his life. He is discussing depression sort of through the lens of his life. So it's pretty interesting so far. I'm enjoying it. I also got Interview with a Vampire on audiobook because I thought that would be really interesting to listen to. When I first picked up the book years ago, I was interested in reading it, but when I started it, I couldn't. I did not like the format of it. I read like 5 pages and then put it down. But I'm thinking that as an audiobook, in that format, that style, in audiobook format, will be a lot more to my liking. And I'm excited to start that eventually. I am also listening to The Immortalist by Chloe Benjamin. That I'm listening to in my car. I have physical CDs. I probably shouldn't be listening to 2 different audiobooks at the same time because there are things that I'm kind of getting mixed up about, but it's not that bad. So I can listen to something on my phone for a couple of hours while I do something else, but I don't do that very often. So it's like what I'm listening to on my phone, I can get through big chunks of it. I just don't do it often, whereas in my car I can listen to it every day, but it's like 10 minutes at a time. So yeah. What I'm physically reading, I did start A Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula Le Guin, but I'm only 1 chapter in because I'm reading it with someone else, and so we're gonna read it at the same pace. So I'm waiting for that other person to read the first chapter so that we can move forward. So I don't know how long that's gonna take, but we'll see. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I don't have anything else that I'm reading. I'm just listening to 2 audiobooks, and then I have that other book that I'm reading. I guess it just feels like I'm reading a lot because I just finished The Return of the King and Dessa Kincaid, and I'm not sure what I'm going to read next. I think I do have Cloud Atlas out and sort of wandering around with me from room to room. Not quite starting it, though. That might be what I read next. I feel like I should read it next because I have been walking around with it. I've read The Bone Clocks and I read Slade House, so I feel like if I read Cloud Atlas, then I can finally put this world, this universe, these books behind me and to move forward. But at the same time, that's not exactly a good reason to be reading a book, just to get it over with. As for the books that I just got, I just ordered 2 books from the Green Hand Bookshop. I asked if she had these 2 books, and she did, and so I got them, and I'm really excited. The first is The Slow Regard of Silent Things by Patrick Rothfuss. I got this because I heard it was really good. I haven't read his Kingkiller Chronicles, and I think I want to read this first, see if I like his writing style, and then see if I want to jump into that series. I'm trying to only handle so many big fantasy series at one time. I did just finish Lord of the Rings, so maybe I have room for another one, but then again, I am trying to get through the Wheel of Time. Speaking of, I got book 4, finally. Oh my gosh. It's taken me so long to get this book, and it's all because I'm stubborn and lazy. I haven't read these big chunky editions yet. I've read the smaller paperbacks, which I did not like. I did not like reading those because they're so small and it's so hard to read when the words go like into the binding. Very frustrating. But I am kind of glad that I finally have picked up one of these bigger paperbacks, because I think this will be a lot easier to read, and it might actually help make the experience more enjoyable. So I am looking forward to reading this. This might actually be what I pick up next, because even though I just got it, it has been technically on my TBR for a while. So yeah, and I gotta get through the series somehow, and the only way to do it is by reading. I also have been thinking about reading some short stories because I haven't read any anthologies yet this year, and that was one of my goals, and I need to prioritize it. So I pulled out Murder Mayhem short stories. I'm a little bit through, you can see that. I might just read a couple of these. Maybe I should do that while I'm like sort of in between books. Now would probably be a good time to read some short stories. So yeah, that's where I'm at with what I'm reading, what I have recently finished, and my new books. Besides getting The Hilarious World of Depression and Interview with the Vampire on audiobook, I also got Vagabonds by Hao Lingfang, because it was like only $5, and the premise sounded really, really interesting. So this is what the cover looks like. I don't know if you can see it. It's about a group that goes in between Mars and Earth. They're from Mars and they're going to Earth, I believe, and there's some tension there between the two planets, and they're sort of stuck in the middle, and they don't really belong to either, I guess. And it sounds really interesting. I was very curious why it was only $5. Maybe as a promotional thing because it just released. Another reason why I got it, because it just released this year, so it'll cover my new releases goal. The Hilarious World of Depression also came out this year, so that should also meet my new releases goal as well. Yeah. How are you doing with your goals? If you even have any, do you remember what they were? Sometimes I don't remember mine. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.